Hi, Jim Pryor here from Quietco, and today I want to talk about chimney stacks or fireplace designs on a separating party wall. For those of you that have attached properties, whether it be a terrace or semi-detached property, and you have neighbour noise coming through that separating party wall, and you have a chimney stack on the wall, what do you do? What design? What's best to reduce the noise from your neighbours? Number one, for the best reduction in noise would be to completely remove the chimney stack altogether in that lounge or living room and in the bedroom above too. It's quite disruptive, it requires a party wall agreement and building regulations. It can take 2, maybe 3 days to remove depending on the number of chimney stacks and how big your property is, but it's the best for sound. It means you can put a complete barrier across that party wall, interlocking system which is isolated, giving you the best possible reduction in noise on that separating party wall. My second recommendation would be to leave the chimney stack in place but go around the chimney stack with a 50ml to 100ml soundproofing solution. It will require a cap on the chimney stack, but it keeps that chimney stack in place. So what you're doing is you're treating the fire back, and then you're bricking up the chimney stack, and then wrapping the soundproofing solution around the chimney stack, using that mass of the chimney stack and the resilient layers in the soundproofing to give you that effective barrier. Number 3 on the best solutions for chimney stacks would be the electric fire. This means you can treat the fire back, you can completely soundproof that area where the electric fire can be placed. You don't need to meet document J of the building regulations. You can use whatever soundproofing materials that's required. You potentially would have to make the opening bigger, so you may need a lintel depending on your fire design to make sure you have enough space for that electric fire and the sound insulation on the sides of the hearth and the fire back. But a really good solution, but keeps that look, that fire in place. Number 4 would be to just have a opening, maybe for a vase or a chalkboard or something in there, or just have a little opening, so you still got the chimney stack in place, you still got that feature, you've got that centerpiece of the room still, and it means you can still put all that soundproofing around the fire back and all around that hearth area. So similar to the electric fire design, but without the electric fire. Number 5 would be a flumeless gas fire. This will require a vent on the exterior window wall or in the suspended floor void, but it means you can still do the similar sort of thing you can do with the electric fire. You can still treat all that fire back with the right soundproofing materials, giving you a really effective barrier, except your gas fire it doesn't require the flue, so the chimney stack can be completely soundproof and the room above can be completely soundproofed as well, without having to meet document J of the building regulations. But it will require that vent on that window wall, which may cause a bit of a draft. So I get asked all the time, what about open fires, wood burning stoves? How does the soundproofing work with that? Now, when you have a wood burning stove or an open fire, you have to meet document J of the building regulations, which means we cannot use any combusting material of any kind around that stove or open fire area and that chimney stack. There's regulations we had to use, so we're limited on the materials that we can use. With the majority of soundproofing solutions, they are resilient layers. They require rubbers and sealants and glues and things like that, which basically transform that sound energy into heat. By using non-combusting materials, which would be something like rock wool or brick, like a fire brick, or cement board or fiberboard, those type of products, they're great for adding mass, and they're great. They can be really great incorporated in some of the soundproofing solutions, but alone they are not the best. You really do need those rubbers, sealants, glues and resilient layers to effectively transform that sound energy into heat, and which you cannot do that as well around the wood burning stoves and the open fires. So if you do have a wood burning stove or open fire, or planning to have that in the design, just to note, you will be limited on the reduction in noise you will get from that fire back and that hearth. A lot of people think that they can just do the alcoves either side of the chimney stack. There's absolutely no point doing that if you're going to leave a great big hole in that separating wall which is untreated. Number 1 was to completely remove the chimney stack, giving you space to install a really effective soundproofing barrier to the barrier that noise directly. Number 2, we looked at blocking up the chimney stack. So this means installing soundproofing material in that fire back, in that half, then block up the chimney stack and install soundproofing materials around that chimney stack using the mass of the chimney stack and the resilient layers of the soundproofing to give you a really effective barrier. Number 3, we looked at the electric fire solution. This means keeping the chimney stack in place, installing soundproofing to the fire back and half area before installing an electric fire. Number 4, we looked at maybe just, instead of installing an electric fire, but keep that opening, maybe to put a vase or some sort of chalkboard or something in place, but you can still get that really effective soundproofing in that fire back and half area and around the chimney stack. Number 5, we looked at a flumeless gas fire, but that would require a vent on that exterior wall or in that suspended floor void, but still means you can get a good amount of soundproofing on that chimney stack and fire back area. And then we looked at the problems with installing wood burning stoves and open fires and how they are, the soundproofing is affected by the use of materials that we can use to meet document J of the building regulations. I hope this little video has helped give you more clarity on what chimney stack or fireplace design to have for your soundproofing project. For more information, get yourself a copy of The Noise-Free Home, now available on Amazon, or visit the website quietco.uk for more tips and tricks on how to soundproof your home.